The Replay mod. Released in August 13, 2015, this mod is very famous by its ability to replay your actions on single player or multiplayer, but as time passed, a few players including myself have slight issues with it, from slow rendering times, not compatible with some mods, and using another program to convert footages to MP4. But one mod stands out and might replace the Replay mod entirely, and that is the Flashback mod, and today I will be showcasing that, so sit back and enjoy the video. It's been a while, ain't it? So here we are in the Minecraft menu, and as you can see here, we got a new button, which is for the replay mod. And if I click here, these are, incompatible mods. You have mods which are known to cause crashes when loading replays. Please remove the following mods in order to be able to load the replays. So we got these mods, so yeah, I need to disable them. I genuinely forgotten that there's this, so BRB. Alright, okay, once I disable the mods, it will show up like this, which looks very modern. We got a lot of visuals over there, and a little timeline that we have over here. And yeah, as you can see, they capture a lot of the players here, so we got PK, Kahar, and some of the others. There's a warning though, some of the layers may not load perfectly well because it doesn't support 3D skin layers yet, so bear in mind with that. So we got everyone here doing their own thing. If I press play, even with my animation texture pack thingamajig, it still loads everything, even the players who are sitting down. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on around here. Even they also record the chat too, which is pretty amazing. I really like that. So yeah, you're probably wondering, how do I use this? So let me teach you that. So let's just say that we want to start from over here, and I want to make a little like camera from here to over there, for example. So what I would do is click element, and you can see there's a lot of these like options. I will be going all of them because I don't know some of them, and I don't know what their main option is. But if you're here just to know how to use this mod, then let's just go over the basics, shall we? So we got camera, and I could just add a little keyframe here. So you see here, this camera, the little outline, the green outline is pointing to where I'm pointing right now. And I can just move here, for example. I can use my scroll wheel to adjust the flight speed, so you can have like a little bit of a reference of how the camera's gonna work. I can just move this thingy here and just add this. And let me just move a bit further away. I can also turn over here, so the camera will be turning over here, a little transition. Move the time lapse thing, I don't know what it's actually called, over there. Do it again, and we're gonna move all the way back over here. Then let's go back to where our time lapse is, a keyframe area, and play it. As you can see here, it's a bit slow, so what you're gonna do is go and expand this, and you see how it's further apart there? We don't want that, so let's make it a little bit more near here. So the more near it is, the more quickly the transition will be. So let me just near all of these and this as well. As you can see here, it's a little bit more faster. We can also select these two as well. Do that, and just, yeah, if you want to make it faster, just put it over there as well. And yeah, if we replay again, it should, yep, it will do it very quickly. And as you can see, the camera movement is very smooth. I really like how it does that. We can also change the movement as well. If we go to here, there's the movement here. We can do it horizontal, and we can also do camera, which I think from my experience, camera is a bit smoother. If we can just play it again. Yeah, okay, so it's a little bit more smoother, not very static, I guess. I don't know how to describe it really, but it looks a lot smoother. And I think my skin, oh, there you go. Yeah, there's a lot of change there with the movement. Let me just change back to horizontal. My skin, I think, yeah, there you go. So my skin doesn't really load properly because I'm using 3D skin pack. I mean, no, 3D skin layer, sorry. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of issues with that. But texture packs and everything else works fine. It's just that there's some mods that are not very modding friendly. Isn't that right, Dennis? Yeah, look at that. It's stuttering right now. So yeah, that's one of the main, the basic on how to do like these kinds of replays. I've seen a lot of people who use Flashback Mod, and let's just say they put into great use of the mod itself. And also I can use my own mods as well, so if I want this room to be all more brightened, I can just press G, which is my gamma. I can also use the little bars here. I can use night vision, which also works too, but I would prefer using my gamma because when exporting it, it will still use my gamma mod, which is amazing. So yeah, it's pretty cool. If we go up here, we can see the overworld. And one thing that I like to do when it comes to my time lapse is change the time. Yes, unlike replay mod, you can actually change the time. So if we go to add elements again, we can add in time of day. So for example, it's nighttime, so I can add to here. And if I go to all the way over here, for example, I go to override time, I can just change it to, let's say, daytime here, for example. Go over here, we can change it to, yeah, look at that. The time is the same as this. So let's add that. And once we play it, we'll slowly but surely go to daytime as well, which is pretty good. And if you guys were wondering, yes, it does support shaders. Let me just turn that on. And as you can see here, it does support shaders. My shader looks a bit weird at the moment because it's the Vibrant Visuals shader that I have discussed in a YouTube short, if you guys want to check it out. And yeah, it does work very well with the time lapse, with the override time, I mean. So if you want to have a little bit of time lapse that wants to override the time, then go for it. This is the mod for you if you want to do that. Let's just say you want to, have a little time lapse like this from the caves, or inside the caves to the outside, but you think it looks a little bit boring, just a straight line. Where this is where we can add a shake to it, which is called camera shake right over here. So we can just adjust the camera shake a little bit for the frequency, and I don't know what that is. You can fiddle around with that if you like. So what I'm going to do is just add a keyframe, move the keyframe to like the outside here. Let me just add that and play it here. It will have a little bit of shake, which is honestly pretty good for cinematics if you guys want to do that. If I just move the timetable here, and we can make it a little bit far, so yeah, there you go. It has intense shake, but if we lower that to like, let's just say like here, it will not do as much intensity as the last one. This is more of a you need to fiddle around for yourself situation, but once you do it, you will have a very good stunning results, to be honest. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, if you want to make a time lapse that is less boring than just starting from point A to point B, you can definitely use the camera shake. You can also override the fog. As you can see here, there's no fog whatsoever. And actually, I need to turn off my shader pack for this one, and we can override the fog. So as you can see here, there's already fog, which is pretty nice. You can also adjust the end and start, and the end part, as you can see here. So if you want to have like a little spookiness to it, you can do that. The fog, I think, does work the way the override time works, if I can see that. Okay, there's nothing with fog whatsoever, but it does look pretty good if you want to have like a mysterious atmosphere. There's also FOV. You can actually change your FOV, which is pretty handy. So for example, this is like the current FOV here default. If I go over here, this is like my normal FOV, which is like 90, as you see there. And if I enable it, I can just adjust it a little bit so it can look very cinematic. If you just played it, and look at that, it looks very cinematic than just having it very wide like this. Doesn't look very good, doesn't it? And yeah, that's pretty much it, really. And we also have the root of thirds guide and center guide. I will not discuss what these mean. You can search it up on YouTube for yourself. And what it does basically, if I just turn off that, it will just show me the best center for the camera. So let's say it's a little bit off. I want to make it a little bit more to the center. I could just use this to help me with it, which is pretty good. Root of thirds is basically just what kind of builds or I don't know, scenery that you want to capture. Like for example, this little snowy area, I want to capture that. And nothing more, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, just look it up at YouTube. I don't know how to explain all these stuff. Most very fun part about this mod, which I should have used it in my own shorts because I was using it before but I forgot, is that if you go to here and we can change aspect ratio, as you can see here, change to HD TV, which is I guess for TV size. But if you go to here, there's a shorts version. So if you want to film a short, you can now yeah, have a little bit of a reference to it. So if I play this here, I mean, it does look short friendly, obviously, but if there's like footages that you want to be short friendly, like, you know, just capturing your own character and whatnot, then you can absolutely do that. This mod is honestly really incredible that you can do that. So we got shorts, we got widescreen, that's very wide. It has a little bit of cinematic border here, which is pretty nice. And we got photo, which I guess is for photos, or just, I don't know, you want to make those classic VHS type videos and such. And we can always go back to yeah, the regular fill-in screen, basically. It will be on default like this. Keep the aspect ratio. I would highly recommend on fill, because it will obviously fill up your screen, so you won't have the stupid little border here, which I really don't like. So yeah, definitely click the fill button if you want to record some videos. We can also, I think, render the sky as well. We can turn it on and turn it off, so you can have a little bit of a green screen effect, which if you want to put something, I don't know, something silly in the background that you guys want to capture. Nothing too much really. We can also disable entities if you don't want that to be there, or if you want to be really weird with it, just render blocks. So there's no blocks whatsoever, you just in a void, which is pretty funny. There's these things, which I don't know how it works, because I try it and it's still, I think it still renders the chat. But I'm thinking, yeah, look at that, it still renders the chat, but if I turn it off, it will still, I think, render the chat if it keeps on going. But yeah, I don't know, maybe it could be my problem. If you guys have any of these problems, let me know, because I don't know if I'm just the only one who's having these situations right now. But once you're done with your rendering, for example this, all you gotta do is press press I, and we have a little bit of a blue bar here. Now this blue bar will indicate your upload time. So for example, you have many keyframes here, for example, and you obviously don't want to record or just save a lot of this, right? The time lapse here, and this is where the blue bar comes in. So if you just press I here, then go to the keyframe that you want to stop at, press O, and it will stop to there basically. Now once you've done that, you can go to File and Export Video. Now, how do you export video? It's pretty simple really. If it loads, there you go. You can change the resolution, you can change the frame rate, you can also convert it to MP4 or to audio if you want to record the audio in the background. And yeah, you can start exporting it. It will have a prompt saying you will save it to your recording folder or whatever folder that you want to save it in. And yeah, it will basically save in a video format in your folder, whichever folder it is, and you can edit them basically. So this is one of the reasons why I like Flashback, is because it will save the video as an MP4 format, unlike Replay Mod where you need another app to convert it into MP4, which I don't really trust, honestly. I don't really trust those apps because I find it a little bit sketchy. But Flashback Mod does do that, which I really enjoy. And I think this is pretty much it really. This might be a little bit of a short video because I don't know what to discuss other than, you know, all of these features. Moxswamp did a perfect video on a tutorial on how to use the replay mod, so I highly recommend checking him out. But yeah, if you came to this video just to learn the basics, then thank you for watching, I really appreciate it. But yeah, my name is TPK24, hope you guys do enjoy this video, and I'll see you in the next one. But before we end the video, I got some shoutouts to announce. Shout out to Larky Sauce and Azzy. Larky Sauce is a small content creator just like me who makes pretty chill and relaxing Minecraft videos. Same goes for Azzy, who is a small content creator just like myself, but she also does pretty good edits using the Flashback mod. If you like my videos, then I'm sure you're gonna enjoy theirs. Both are pretty good friends of mine and deserve the love and respect for their channels and content making. That's all from me, and I'll see you guys next time.